Ayy, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh now they know us. See it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I'm fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ayy, winning like I ought to. I ain't wanna do it, but I got to. Smoking what my doctor told me not to. Got these wishing they was hot too. Ballin' like I need to. Got my exes wishing for a redo. Smell the marijuana when I speed through. Hit her with a tip, that's a preview. Hold up, wait up, get your weight up. Shit, get your money, not your hate up. Boy, draw a play up. I flip my wrist, a layup. She wanna lay up. I gotta get it, I'ma stay up. I'm all the way up, I got my pay up. I ain't playing with you, I'm a coach now. Commentating, do the most now. I be somewhere booted with my toes down. Made little baby tooted with her nose down. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
What's up, good people? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing. I hadn't even thought about that. I don't even know what to tell y'all. Sued. Sued because a lot of the stories that we are going to cover today have to do with people potentially going to be sued or end up in court or things of that nature. So let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing sued. And I know that my moderators have been going ham in our text group. And I've been so busy, I could not even look at one message. But some notifications were popping up here or there that I could kind of see a little bit. And I think that they were also talking about, the Lizzo situation. And that was not originally a part of my of our lineup today. However, we not going live tonight because I got things to do. Got a friend's birthday dinner. So I'm squeezing it in here, and I haven't even had time to do my normal deep diving research. So I'm going to read the goddamn articles to y'all. That's all I can do. I got like a little bit of a piece of a handle on what might be happening, but we're going to read the article so that y'all getting that content. And then tomorrow we're going live in the evening too. I don't think we're doing a daytime. My body's telling me slow your ass down. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we will be going live tomorrow evening. Thank you to everyone. Let me know that you can hear me by saying typing "sued" in the chat. D Baby, Nicole, D Jackson, Margin, Ashley, Louisiana Lady, his MJ, Precious, and Alice, and Paradox, and Marlena, and Delilah, Kathy, and Minister Annetta Edwards, and Sugar Spice, and Linda, and Black QT. I remember from your text message. I told you I'd be flying through these names. If I'm messing up y'all names, I usually can handle this when I'm able to slow my mind down, but I'm multitasking. I got 4 screens around me, and each one of them got something to do with this show. So it's a lot on my brain. But anyway, thank you to everyone I named and everyone else who has let me know that you can hear me by typing "sued" in the chat. Also, thank you to the 100% of you out of the 54 votes. We have 125 viewing in the moment. We have actually, I don't know, this number jumping around. But anyway, please like if you haven't as of yet. And the likes are okay. They're okay. They can be a lot better. So please remember to like on your way in. Also, I'm glad I did this because I almost ignored it again. Last night I had a poll that I wanted to put out there and totally forgot about it. And it is due to one of our people is interested in me covering the Donald Trump indictment docs. So basically going through the indictment documents the way that we would do it. It wouldn't be boring and dry. You already know how we do. I'm interested. I have no problem doing it. However, I only want to do what the majority of the people want to do. And when I put out a poll on Sunday, maybe over the weekend, I think, whenever I put it out about some topics, and I had for Monday's show, and I had Mitch McConnell's whatever health scare he had on right in this during his press conference, right there where he just froze. To me, it looked like a stroke or something. But that, and then the Donald Trump indictment, I asked if out of the topics, like which ones y'all want to cover, and those two were like at like 7% or less. And I was like, wow, that was shocking. So I prioritized the other topics because I couldn't cover them all. So that made me say, ooh, maybe they don't want me to cover that type of stuff over here. But looking at this, the majority is okay with it. So we will be moving into that. Y'all got to give me time to wrap my mind around it. But yeah, okay, perfect. Sounds good to me. All right, good. That's why I like these polls. I get to take the pulse of our community as a whole, not just a conversation here of what I think or what I thought based on this. Because again, I was misled based on y'all vote or those who are in the Facebook community. And I know that's not everybody who watches, but I was going off their vote. And it's either that demographic that don't care about politics, or compared to the other topics, they was like, we want this instead. And it was like gossip versus politics that rule our life. Forget that politics. We want the gossip. That's what the vote told me. So I was like, Maybe they don't want to be talking about this stuff. And I know my views are since the history of this channel in the 2.5 years. No, it's 3 now, 3.5 years, I think, of this channel being around. Anytime I cover politics, those always got the lowest views, like dismal. Almost didn't make it worth my while. So, and this is a job. Just in case you didn't know, this is a job for me. I love y'all and I love what I do. Absolutely love what I do. It's amazing. God is great, but it is a job. Anyway, let's move into, before we do that, letting you know what we're going to talk about today. Our list of topics. We won't be here forever because, again, I do have evening plans. A topic got added, so it's going to stretch us out a little bit. But we have our missing persons alert segment, which we do at least once a day, depending on when we go live. Then we have an 11-year-old girl who was arrested for false reporting a kidnapping. Very, very familiar situation we've heard of recently, somebody faking kidnappings. Then we have a 23-year-old man who had a K-9 dog sicked on him by the police, the highway patrol, while he was had his hands up, no weapons or anything. He's surrendering, and one of the rogue officers sicked the dog on him. So we actually have footage of that as well. So viewer discretion in advance if you're sensitive to those sort of things. Also, the outbreak in Florida. We know there's an outbreak of racism and an outbreak of rolling out Jim Crow laws all over again. We know that those kind of outbreaks are existing, but it looks like God is working. And not for y'all. I love my people who live in Florida, Precious G, and those who I don't know who live in Florida. I love y'all to death. I ain't risking none of it. Y'all protected because y'all people. This ain't gonna touch y'all. But for the others, God has a plan, and we're gonna talk about it. It would look like God got a plan for them. He bringing back Bible Day stuff, Bible Day diseases. Anyway, Lizzo. I know this topic some of y'all want to talk about. Lizzo is being sued by 3 former dancers alleging harassment and a hostile work environment. I'm so shocked by this in some ways. Well, in a lot of ways, we'll talk about it when we get to it. But I'm a little shocked. I'm trying to soak it in. Then we have a few viral stories and a couple viral funny videos, because this was such, again, Lizzo wasn't a part of this at first, but these topics were so heavy. And I was telling our Patreon executive members who have access to my behind the scenes stuff, they have the video of me putting all of this together. And I was telling them, these topics are too heavy. I need something to lighten it up. And I had the idea to add the viral stuff at the end just to lighten it up. Y'all know I don't like just leave us on a low note. I don't like that. So anyway, we are now moving into our first segment, which is our missing persons alert segment. Moderators, feel free to remind the people of what that means as it pertains to who to contact. So we have this first story is actually a story out of Australia. And yes, we are not in Australia. We are in the USA. However, we do have viewers from all across the world, thank God. And also, who knows, this missing person could be here in America now. You never know. So I am highlighting stories from other countries as well when I see an opportunity. And I think Precious is backstage. If you're available backstage to do it, Precious, you can put the comments on the screen. Let me take this out. I don't need to count down. I got so many videos, I got to make space for them so I can keep pulling them in. Yes, remove from stuff. I'm trying to make sure I don't remove myself. So we have Penelope, and they don't give a last name because this is Australia, so things are set up a little bit different. But she's been missing since Wednesday, July 26th at around 11 a.m. She was last seen on Cooper Street in Epping, Melbourne, and she is 59 years old. And they give the contact information. Oh, I have it here too. Let me remove this. They give the contact information, and they give an Australian phone number. So again, we may have someone viewing from Australia in this moment. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And now I'm remembering I need to be putting it in all the chats. So welcome to everyone viewing on all of our platforms, on our Twitter and our Facebook as well. So now I'm remembering to put these things in both, Facebook and YouTube. Twitter doesn't allow me to do it from here. Anyway, there's also a video attached to this, or audio attached to this, that gives a little bit more detail. So I'm about to play that now. Let me take this down first.
For a full week at this point since Wednesday, 26th of July at around 11 a.m. Penelope was last seen on Cooper Street, Epping, Melbourne. 59 years of age female. We're not told her race, perhaps First Nations, not 100% sure. If anyone has any information in regards to the whereabouts of Penelope, please do reach out either to Crime Stoppers, perhaps Epping Police Station. There's a reference number on the flyer. You'll find the flyer from my Twitter feed. If you happen to live or work in the areas mentioned, Epping in Melbourne, please do remain extra vigilant. Perhaps you're able to print out a copy of the flyer from my Twitter page, pop them up in the local areas, on lampposts, in cafes, in restaurants, in supermarkets, anything to increase awareness. Let's hope that Penelope is safe, is well, and able to return home very soon unharmed.
And that's a little different. Normally, we don't have any audio or anything, or, I mean, it's rare that we have audio. We've only been doing this 3 weeks, but you know what I'm saying. So that was good to have that level of detail. So again, if you have any information regarding Penelope out of Australia, the land down under, the contact information is in the chat. Our next missing person is Stephanie Smith Heeman, who is age 64. She's been missing since July 30th of 2023. She was last seen on Fenway Road wearing a floral shirt, striped skirt, driving a 2017 white Jeep Renegade with handicap license plate. What I'm not sure is, what is LMPD? So I was assuming that some of you may be from this area and you know what the LMPD is, because it didn't give location anywhere on this, and I did not honestly have time to Google and try to figure it out. But anyway, whatever the LMPD is, you would contact them at 502-574-7120. Oh, I also got that for y'all down here. And put this in the chat. So it's there. I'm having to click all over y'all for all this. Hold on. Bear with me. Yeah, okay. That went in. Okay. Did anybody know? I didn't see any comments yet. If someone knows, put the comment on the screen what the LMPD. But there was someone who tweeted behind this, and they said, I need y'all help. Please share. My mom's is missing. So Louisville Metropolitan Police Department. Thank you so much, RJ. Louisville Metropolitan Police Department. Thank you so much. And our next missing person, we have 6 today. Every time I'm trying to stop, then the one that happened to be right up under it, I see, I'm like, oh, I cannot do it. So we ended up with 6 today. And this was one that I added last minute, because at first I was like, I'll put him in tomorrow, but the spirit was like, no, you saw it today for a reason. Put it in today. So we have Leandre Flint. He's been missing since July 29th of 2023. He is 21 years old, out of Atlanta, Georgia. He is dark complected. He is 6 feet inches even, 140 pounds, black hair, medium hair length, and brown eye color. Looks like from this picture he might have braids, and looks like his hair would actually be fairly long if he could do cornrows like that. Maybe, possibly. So anyway, keep that in mind. He has cornrows in this picture, so what they might consider medium hair length might be a little longer. Who knows? Says Leandre was last seen on July 29th, leaving home in Loganville, Georgia. Circumstances of his disappearance says he left home on early Saturday morning, July 29th, to pick up a car part and drop it at a mechanic shop. However, Leandre never arrived to pick up the part. His phone has been off ever since July 29th. Wow. And his new truck, a 2018 maroon GMC Canyon. The truck was discovered abandoned in Michigan. Wow, y'all. Wow. Oh. Anyone with information, please contact the Gwinnett Police Department, I'm sure it means, at 770-513-5700. Let me put his information in the chat as well. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot happening out here. Okay, there y'all go. Then we have a young lady. We have Nevaeh. I'm thinking this is Nevaeh. Oriane. And she's missing from the 3300 block of 15th Street in Southeast. I mean, I told you it's hard for me with these. 3300 block of 15th Street Southeast. Just not used to speaking of streets like that. And this is in the Washington, D.C. area. They say that the Metropolitan Police Department is seeking public assistance, the public assistant in locating 13-year-old Nevaeh, who was last seen on the 3300 block of 15th Street Southeast on August 1st of 2023. She is described as a Black female with a light brown complexion. She is 5 foot 3 inches tall, approximately 140 pounds, with brown eyes and long brown hair. She was last seen wearing a black tank top and black pants. If you have any information regarding her, please contact the Youth and Family Services Division, which is 202-576-6768, or Command Information Center, which is 202-727-9099. I'm going to also put this in the chat. I'm just put all this. Oh, no, it's down there. Forget it. I'm going to just put this. Hold on. Copy this, put it in the chat. This program makes me have to click so many screens to get to some of the simplest stuff. Make sure it's not too many characters. There you go. Did that make it? Yep. Okay, and then we have two more, I think. Yeah, we have two more. We have a young man who is missing. We have Irvin Laborde. This is again in Washington, D.C. We have quite a few youth missing in Washington, D.C. because not only today did I run into these, but over the past 2 weeks we've been doing this or whatever, we've had a few of them from D.C. So the Metropolitan Police Department is seeking the public's assistance in locating 14-year-old Irving Laborde, who was last seen on the 300 block of 15th Street. Wait a minute, Southeast on August 1st, 2023. Hold on, it's something I didn't notice. Is this the same? It's the same. It's the same street, y'all. I didn't even notice this. It's the same street as Nevaeh. So are they together? But they didn't make any connection with this. Let me make sure. Sir Irving Laborde is described as a Black male with a medium brown complexion. He's 5'7" to 5'8". He's either 5 feet 7 inches or to 5 feet 8 inches in height. He's between 170 and 180 pounds with brown eyes and long black locks. His clothing description is unknown, so they didn't know what he had on. So he went missing on August 1st at 9:50 p.m. What time did she go missing? August 1st at 9:50 p.m. Why are they not making a connection between the two? So we could, like, in the description, shouldn't it say may be with? This is just by happenstance, because these weren't even like together on the same tweet or anything. Okay. I mean, so now we know that these two are most likely together. They went missing same time, same date, same location. Okay. Hopefully this is just teenage shenanigans. Hopefully. How old was she again? He 14, she 13. Possibly teenage shenanigans. Hopefully. That's all it is. Hopefully. Prayerfully. Okay, our last. Is this last? Yes, she is last. Our last young lady is. Oh, y'all, I didn't put his stuff in there too. We know he wouldn't have either. Come on, chat. Put his information in there just in case. Hopefully, if you find one, you find the other. Let me put hers in here too. Ariana Wilson is next. Let me just put her in the chat while I got this window open because I got to click off this screen to do the rest. Okay. So we have Ariana Wilson. She is, again, this is in DC, Washington, DC. She's 16 years old. She was last seen on the 200 block of, is that I Street, Southeast on July 30th of 2023. She is described as a Black female with a medium brown complexion. She is 5 feet 2 inches in height. I don't know why I'm struggling today with heights. And between 140 and 150 pounds, with brown eyes and orange dyed hair. She was last seen wearing a pink t-shirt, blue jeans, and black flip-flops. So she got on flip-flops. Hopefully she just at a friend's house or something. If you have any information on her, you can contact the Youth and Family Services Division. The number's in the chat. But for those of you who may just be listening, it's area code 202-576-6768. Or you can call the Command Information Center, which is area code 202-727-9099. So we are praying for all of those who are missing, whether it's on purpose or by accident. We are definitely praying for them and their safe returns. And with that, we move to our next story about a Carly Russell kind of situation. But at least this person has a little bit of an excuse because they are a child. They're adolescent. Uh-oh, this is too many characters. Hold on, y'all. Let me do a little Ebonics typing, make it fit. It's still too long. 4. So have you heard this story of the girl who was arrested for false report of kidnapping? I'll just put of kidnapping. It was of kidnapping. She claimed her friend was kidnapped. I'm like having to try to redo the sentence because of the character limit. So ignore the whatever typos and stuff. But have you heard this story of the 11-year-old girl who was arrested for false reporting of her friend being missing? And not her on the screen. This situation here. And so there's this is a concerning story. 11-year-old girl from Central Florida. I didn't realize we got so many Florida stories today. They be making Florida look bad in these reporting streets. But Central Florida, they found the girl found herself in serious trouble after attempting a dangerous prank inspired by an online challenge. And I'm like, I don't know what online challenge this is. I haven't heard of it, haven't run into it. I don't know if this is in relation to Carly Russell, or was Carly also participating in this challenge? She's slow enough that she might have been. I think this light. Hold on. That light ain't supposed to be on while I'm on live. But so anyway, they said in a quiet city of Port Orange, Florida, an 11-year-old girl decided to carry out a prank that would have severe consequences. According to the Volusia County Sheriff Office, the girl thought it would be funny to falsely report the abduction of her 14-year-old friend. So at 9:45 a.m., she sent a text to the sheriff's communications center, claiming that her friend had been kidnapped by an armed man driving a white van on South I-95 in Oak Hill. So they said the moment the alert reached law enforcement, they sprang into action. Multiple deputies, alongside of officers from other municipalities, even an aviation unit, an air unit, initiated a massive search operation to locate the alleged suspected vehicle. All of that for a prank. However, despite their effort, of course, no van was found. A lot like Carly Russell. Yeah, I got the video in here. So let's play the video. Where is it? Here it is.
Stay calm. You can talk to your parents. We can open the window and let you talk to them. Nothing's going to happen to you. Do you understand that? Okay.
I'm telling you this right now. You're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
I'm not going to do this again.
You know, this is going to be an opportunity for you to turn this into a learning experience. This is not something you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life, okay?
Make sure I got the story. So they are saying that for the next 11 hours, the next hour and a half, I should say, the 11-year-old continued to text updates, providing a detailed description of the supposed male suspect and claiming he was armed with a gun. Authorities worked tirelessly following the leads and tracking the cell phone used to send the text messages. So for an hour and a half, she kept that up to the point that the police were like, well, let's track where this information, the cell number that this information is coming from. They said ultimately deputies were able to locate the girl's home on Poppy Lane in Port Orange, where they found her holding the cell phone. They said the 11-year-old girl's father confirmed that she was inside the house with her family. She later admitted to the prank, revealing that she got the idea from an online challenge and thought it would be funny. I haven't heard of this. Have y'all heard of this online challenge? Hold on. Because maybe I'm just out of the loop. I mean, I know I'm kind of in my own little world, constantly pulling these other stories, but have you heard of prank? Have you heard of this online prank? Because this is news to me. They said, however, this ill-conceived joke had severe repercussions. Sheriff Mike Chitwood expressed his concerns about such prank activities, emphasizing the wastage of valuable resources that could have been used to help someone genuinely in need of assistance, like all the people we just mentioned and the ones we've been mentioning and the ones we have never mentioned. Yes, absolutely. The 11-year-old is now facing felony and misdemeanor charges. So it looks like charges similar to Carly Russell. However, she's in Florida, so I don't know if the consequences or, the sentencing is rougher. Who knows? She is charged with making false police report involving the use of a firearm in a violent manner and misuse of 911. Craziness. Oh, let me end this one. So I just asked y'all two polls. I'm going to throw the last one in there. But where is that? Have you heard of the 11-year-old girl who was arrested for false reporting of the kidnapping? 64% of you said no. 35% of you said that you had actually heard of it. And then should she face criminal charges? 54% of you say yes. 45% of you say no. It's almost even. There should be consequences. I don't know about, I wouldn't want to necessarily see something go on her record. I wouldn't necessarily want to see her go to juvenile, prison or whatever they call it, juvenile correctional center and all that. None of that. But I feel like she should definitely have to probation and also like some volunteer work, and have to really learn the seriousness of, you know, this and how law enforcement works and all of that for sure. She shouldn't be comfortable. And then, have you heard of this prank? 95% of you said no. 4% of you said yes. Now, I'm wondering the 4%, because I'll see comments, like I was watching back the live from last night. I didn't get through the whole thing, but pieces of it. And I see people say, oh, I hit the wrong button. So I'm wondering if some of you hit the wrong button, or if you misunderstood, or if you're like, oh, yeah, the Carly Russell prank. But I don't think this is supposed to be related to Carly Russell. But I don't know. This is very interesting. But the chef also took this incident as an opportunity to warn parents about the dangers of unrestricted access to social media platforms for children. He announced that the sheriff's office plans to host 5 community forums in the upcoming month to help parents protect their kids from internet dangers. I think that's extremely important. I think it's too many parents, and some of y'all guilty of it. I know y'all are. I ain't gonna look at you but you know, and I know that y'all guilty of just giving y'all kids these devices to keep them busy, keep them out your face. You tired from work, your ignorant coworkers didn't stress you out, or your husband or your wife, your spouse, whoever, or somebody you're trying to hook up with, and y'all just like, get away from me. I don't feel like being bothered with y'all. Here's your iPad. And your kids learning about pranks to get law enforcement involved, that's then gonna come knocking on your door, having to deal with even more than had you just spent a little extra time with your kids, giving them some attention, or know what the hell they doing. Just know what the hell they doing. You should have a password to your kids' devices. If you don't, that's a major problem. They ain't got no privacy. You are their privacy. Their privacy is your privacy. You own their privacy. That's the way I grew up. I ain't never been arrested either. I ain't never called no 911 as a joke. Yes, I did. But we would hang up real quick. I did do it. I ain't know no better. Should her parents also be held responsible? 51% of you say yes. 49% of you say no. I wouldn't, from my opinion on it is, I wouldn't give the parents harsh punishment, but I probably would. I would make them maybe have to do some training or something similar to what, you know, the sheriff is doing these workshops. They would be mandatory that they participate, something like that. Yeah, and education, maybe you know, on social media and all of that, or parenting in general. But we kind of split. There's a little few votes just kind of split down the middle when it comes to this topic. So we're moving on to our next topic of young man, 23-year-old Jadarrius Rose. Hold on, I'm putting it in. Jadarrius Rose was unfortunately had a K-9 police dog sicked on him. So this is a story that's actually been out. And look, it jumped down, because I was trying to say it was 80-something% of you said you hadn't heard the story. So it's almost close to half, looking like so far, who have heard the story. Because I happened to run into this story this morning on Instagram. And then as I'm pulling the stuff for this, I realized, oh, this ain't new. This has been out there. This is an update on the story. So what they're saying is, earlier this week, 23-year-old Jadarrius, I know a Jadarrius or a few of them, and so that name is stuck in my head. So I've been trying to work on it even while doing this story. Quit saying Jadarrius, but Jadarrius, he was attacked by a police dog after a car chase with the Ohio State Highway Patrol on July 4th. The vehicle chase ensued after a motor carrier enforcement inspector from the Highway Patrol tried to stop Rose as he was driving a semi truck because the semi was missing a left rear mud flap. So it was a traffic stop attempt. They said the body camera footage shows Rose finally pulling. I'm sorry, y'all probably can't hear it, but I got my lawn company and they like have the big machine and they're on the side of my house. And the noise, I'm trying to ignore it, but it's getting louder and louder. Oh, you gotta love this life as a YouTuber. I don't think y'all can hear it at all, though. Anyway, the body cam footage shows Ross finally pulling the being pulled over by it, finally shows him pulling over the semi and getting out with his hands up. The body camera footage shows one highway patrol trooper yelling at Officer Ryan Speakman, the one with the dog, "Do not release the dog," with his hands up. Soon after instructing Speakman not to sick the dog on Rose, the officer disobeyed and let the dog go. The dog attacked. Okay, he going by my area. Wish he keep moving. Says the dog attacked Rose and bit him multiple times while officers watched. Rose was then charged with failure to comply and with an order or signal of police officers. So he was charged with failure to comply with an order or signal of a police officer, and the officer, well, we'll get into that. So I'm gonna play the video. This is of the incident. So if you are kind of sensitive and you don't like seeing this kind of stuff with police brutality, because this is what this is, you can turn away or listen and come back when it's over. But this will be the time to tune out. Let me go and play this while I'm doing it.
Get on the ground or I'm gonna send the dog. Here. You're gonna get dog sick. Get on the ground or you're gonna get bit. Police K-9, you're gonna get bit. Police K-9, you're gonna get bit. Final chance, you're gonna get bit. Sir, here. Down. Here, nay, here. Down. On the ground. On the ground. Get it out. He didn't comply. I gave him 3 commands. I told him, final warning. If you don't get on the ground, you're gonna get the dog. I don't know why they seem mad at me for it. He wasn't complying. I mean, am I wrong?
Dog not easy out there, the dog bite you.
What do you mean? I gave you 3 warnings, did I not?
Man, you just pulled up. I ain't trying to hear that.
Did I not say?
The people who was talking.
Listen to me. Did I not say final warning? You're gonna get out of the dog. Yes or no?
It don't matter, bro.
No, you didn't comply, so you got the dog.
Okay, so I'm seeing some of y'all comments. Precious, if you could start those, it's just easier for me to click on them when I get a moment. But yeah, I want to see because I see you guys have maybe some pieces I haven't seen. Because again, pulled this morning, was like, oh wait, this is a story that's been out. So, so it was the officer was terminated. The one who just jumped out the car, talking about he gave warnings and just literally said whatever he said, within seconds, and then releasing the dog. He's coming up on other officers taking care of the situation. He's not checking in with them. Are we good? What's happening? All of that. And he got an officer, I think it was multiple, if I heard it correctly, yelling at him saying, do not release the dog. Do not release the dog. And he does it anyway. And then tries to justify it. And so to Jadarrius opened up about his traumatic experience on Thursday, July 27th. He described being terrified of being unalived and fearing for his life, initially preventing him from stopping his vehicle when the police attempted to stop him in his truck. He was quoted as saying, "I just didn't want to lose my life or lose my arm," he told NBC. In the interview, Rose's civil rights attorney, Ben Crump, agreed that he had good reason to fear for his life. He described the incident as racially charged and an abuse of power, reminiscent of the travesty conducted during the civil rights movement. So I have a clip of Jadarrius during his interview with his mom present as well.
That's why I called them for help. When the dog was released, I just was hoping that it didn't rip off my arm. And I just was like, I was defenseless, because if I would have tried to defend myself, that would have given them more of a reason to shoot me. I just wanted my life. And they didn't try to get the dog off of me, like, at all. I had to tell the dog to stop. I asked the dog, please stop. It hurts. And it finally let go.
I couldn't watch the video. It's just been, it's hard. As a mother, it's hard to watch something like that happen to your son. And even before watching the video, it's just hard, period.
But justice for Jadarrius is trying to make sure that officers who sick dogs on unarmed Black people are held accountable, and that we don't hearken back to a time in America where police feel that it will be allowed. It won't be condemned when they sick dogs on unarmed Black people. That is what Jadarrius Rose video represents to every Black person in America. The fear of being the next hashtag. So we have to continue to challenge America to say, you can't do this to white citizens and you can't do it to Black citizens. You can't do it to any citizen. We just want you to protect and serve us like you protect and serve everybody else.
Just wanted the same treatment as everyone else. Closing out this poll here, do you agree with the actions of the officer? And 94% of you, I guess it's 96%, I don't know why that numbers are odd, but 96% of you, I'm sorry, 95% of you rather, say no, you do not agree with the actions, and 5% of you.
Y'all are so weird. I hate
what does that mean?
I hate it. They're so weird. I hate them, bro. I swear to God, bro. I hate them, bro. Them is weird.
So I'm gonna do your comments. Thank you for starring these for me, Precious. We have Paradox True is saying, Vale, I drive for a living and the mud flap is some BS. I mean, I've been pulled over for an air freshener, you know, like a little tree air freshener hanging. This is back in the 90s. But for that hanging from my rearview mirror, back when we all did that, basically, and didn't learn until I was in the wrong area. I had a job out in the far burbs and was, you know, it was an overnight job. So like, I don't know, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, I'm heading home. And I get pulled over because the police officer said that I had the obstruction of windshield, but he wasn't even behind me. He was in front of me. I'm like, how did you, like, he was like on the front and then like came behind me as I was making a left turn. He was going straight. It was a whole thing. But my car looked like a Black boy's car back then. Still does today, technically. Just a little, not as flashy, but yeah. Anyway, Paula C says he did stop, but they pulled firearms and caused him to drive off again. So yeah, I didn't hear that part of the story. So that would make sense, because I was wondering, like, I understand the PTSD, trust me, because I have it as well. I just know that if I take off, it's gonna make it worse. But I also haven't been in those environments in the boonies as well, because that's just a whole different thing. It could just be take a life of his own, no matter what your actions are. That I'm aware of. I hope he sues. You know he's suing. You got Ben Crump. He's suing. A suit is happening. Plus, they're using this in order to pass legislation. Like, this gets added to the list and all of that for policy making. It's the word I'm looking for. My brain. I've been going since 5:30. Margin USA is saying the police officer was Fired only. Yeah, fired only, and also will most likely be employed somewhere else by the end of the month, if not already. That's the thing. I feel like there needs to be something passed as well where they can't just hop from, municipality to municipality, because him being fired means zero. Doesn't mean he won't be back out on the street under some other municipality, probably around the corner from his house. So yeah, whatever with that. Onisha Jones says that officer heard the sheriff saying, "Do not release the dog." Yeah, I mean, he said it. He yelled it. What was it, 2 or 3 times? At least twice for sure. Maybe up to 3 times. I didn't listen to the video more than the one time to pull it for y'all. And when it was just playing, I wasn't paying attention. Margin USA says, yes, the truck driver was on 911 saying that he was scared of being unalived. Interesting. So yeah, there's way more to this. Why are you pulling out a gun on a semi truck driver for a missing mud flap? He was on the ground. Actually, he was standing up when the dog was released on him. The dog pulled him to the ground. Right. I think that's from earlier. I think. Deborah is saying, this is how innocent people get unalived driving a white van. Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yes, with the kid playing with 911 like that. Yes, and it could be somebody in a white van, and next thing you know, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Too many of these police officers are out of control. Perhaps they should be somewhere greeting customers and with welcome to McDonald's. How may I take your order? Well, the problem is that they don't have the right attitude for dealing with people. That's part of the problem. They be throwing food in people's faces. Get out of here. What you asking me that for? Didn't you said fries. You ain't say you wanted them to be hot. You better take these fries. Like, that's kind of energy they be giving. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. All that. Okay, so we are leading into our next story. Have you heard about this? What's happening in Florida? Well, we know every week Florida is in the news for something. For something. And now they're in the news due to a notice from the CDC. And they're saying cases of leprosy have increased in Florida and the southeastern United States over the last decade, according to a new report. Leprosy, officially called Hansen disease, is a rare type of bacterial infection, blah, blah, blah. And I got a video we're going to play on that. So I'm going to do that now because I'm not going to be no medical doctor.
Leprosy in the United States. Now, most of it is imported, but we do have homegrown leprosy here, principally in Texas and Florida.
For many, leprosy may seem like a problem from biblical times, but Dr. Nicole Iovine, the chief hospital epidemiologist at the University of Florida, tells me the disease is very much still around. In fact, leprosy could now be endemic in Central Florida.
Endemic means something that is circulating and is present at all times, and it can be at a low level.
According to a new research letter from the CDC, Florida is among the top states with the most new cases of leprosy. That's based on data from 2020, the latest research data available. So far this year in Florida, there have been 15 confirmed cases of leprosy according to the state, and most of those cases are in Brevard County. In fact, Brevard has seen the most leprosy cases in Florida since 2011. And in 2020, Brevard accounted for over 12% of all leprosy cases in the country. So what happens if someone has leprosy? Dr. Iovine says that usually means lesions on the skin.
If you have something that's like, a few centimeters on your arm and you can't feel it, that's going to be different from a typical rash, which is going to be itchy or some other way that you would identify with a normal rash. So it is distinct. It can be extremely disfiguring though. So it definitely causes a lot of distress.
So how does someone contract leprosy? Dr. Iovine says usually armadillos are to blame.
Physical contact is really what you need. You need to have physical contact with an infected armadillo.
Dr. Ayavin says, fortunately, antibiotics are very effective at treating leprosy. In Orlando, Marlene Martinez, West 2 News.
So yeah, there's I'm gonna give viewer discretion. There is one photo that actually this is what made me even find the story, because there's a photo of a man who is infected with leprosy, and so viewer discretion. I'm about to pop it on the screen now, and this is what it looks like, and it's scary. It's scary. I don't know how long he's been dealing with it. There were no details about him. He's just like patient zero, like an example. And okay, it's gone, y'all. But the crazy part to me is that, okay, they're saying it comes directly from armadillos. Who the hell touching armadillos? And that many of them Floridians are touching armadillo. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, with the poll, and I'll get to y'all comments on this. This is all. I just wanted to, y'all know I like to share information and make sure y'all are informed and aware. We do shenanigans, but we do, you know, trending topics, all that good stuff. And we do purpose-driven stuff. We also inform, because I know y'all live all over the country, all over the world, and I just want y'all to be aware of these things, so y'all don't come out looking like that man just did. And I need y'all to be here. Poll I closed out said, have you heard of the leprosy outbreak in Florida? 63% of you had not heard of it. 36% of you had heard of it. And so I'm glad, again, I brought it up. And will you be, the last poll question, will you be staying away from Florida? 90% of y'all say yes. They did say that you have to have direct contact with the armadillo. So I'm assuming you got to pick them up. I don't know if it's contagious human to human, but it's saying, well, they just said you had to have direct contact. So I guess if you don't plan on touching armadillos, you should be fine. Would that change your vote? Probably not. It is Florida we're talking about with all they got going on. And we got the travel advisory. I'm staying away from Florida personally because of the travel advisory. I'm just not dealing with them right now until the changing of guards. I ain't got time. I don't need to be in no situation like Jadarrius just was in my car. I ain't got no semi. I ain't trying to be dealing with all that. There's enough risk out here, and period. No stand your ground and all that foolishness. Somebody talking about I took their parking spot and now I'm gone. Y'all sitting there all on my social media, Rip Veil. We gonna miss the foolishness Fridays. Y'all going to my Facebook page on Fridays just saying, Lord Jesus, we miss it. Veil, I'm binge watching it because you can't make no new ones, because stand your ground, law. You was visiting Miami, thought you was about to get it in. You was gonna meet up with Precious G, but that damn Florida got to you. You ain't make it. So I ain't going no time soon. I ain't going no time soon. And I love Florida. Don't get me wrong. I've been there plenty of time. I love it, but I ain't going no time soon. Okay. Oh, let me do your comments. Let me see if there's anything. Why is this thing? Oh, okay. There were no star comments. No problem. We're gonna move on to our next topic because we're making good time. I'm loving this. I am loving this because the brother is tired. Loving this. Right, Sugar Spice. No animals, period. I don't be touching nobody's strange animals. The true paradox, true. You better. Yeah, I'm aware. I paradox, true. I'm aware. Watch out for Texas as well. I've been to Texas, but I have not. It's not on my list of places to visit for sure. No time soon. I got relatives who live there and people who move. Hearing people talk about moving, I'm like, I'm not moving to Texas. I'm not doing it. They ain't finna get me. Right, Marianne. Between armadillos and DeSantis, Florida has ain't got no chance. Right. Okay, so moving on to our next topic, we have Lizzo, who is trending. Again, she was not originally a part of this my topics, and literally while pretty much done with setting the topics for this live stream, you know, I was just pulling in all the stuff I had to pull in. I'm like, ooh, I'm done. I picked out stuff. I was stressing. I couldn't this morning. My brain wasn't functioning. I'm telling the Patreon people about it. And then as soon as I think I got it all taken care of, then this Lizzo stuff started trending. I'm seeing it all on social media and my phone going off. I'm like, oh Lord, now I got to talk about it. So we're going to talk about this together because I don't really know. I ain't informing y'all. We're learning together. Though some of y'all know. So let me know in the chat and pressure if you can star any other specifics that are something I may not have mentioned here. That would be great. So we know Lizzo. She is a singer. I don't even know. Like, is she considered a rapper? She's a rap. She raps. I don't know. Hip hop artist. That's what they call it now. So anyway, I mean, she's successful and all of this, but now it has come out that she's being sued by 3 former dancers who claimed that they were subjected to a hostile work environment and harassment while they were members of the Grammy winners dance team. The complaint filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on Tuesday and obtained by CNN also names her production company, Big Girl, Big Touring Inc. And a person described as quote unquote dance cast captain is the defendant in the suit. Among the claims outlined in the suit, one of the 3 plaintiffs said she was encouraged by the singer to quote unquote take turns touching the nude performers. While out at a club in Amsterdam in the red light district while on tour in February. Oh, so they were out on tour, but they hanging out after hours. And they're saying that Lizzo encouraged them to take turns touching nude performers, so strippers, exotic dancers, if y'all want to use the proper term, in clubs while they were in Amsterdam. I don't know. That might be reaching like, I mean, if somebody's drinking and they like having fun, they like, you touch them too. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, you're sexually assaulting me because if you're hanging out. I'm different. I mean, you don't have to. You can say, no, thanks, I'm good. But maybe if it was more forceful, who knows? We'll see. I'm sure people are going to be following this one. So we'll see. We'll find out. I want to jump to conclusions. Fear of retaliation, the suit states that the plaintiff eventually acquiesced. Oh, they were afraid. Just what I just said. Despite having expressed numerous times, she had no desire to touch the performers. Okay. Another plaintiff claimed that her commitment to her role on the dance team was questioned by the singer, who expressed a thinly veiled concern about the plaintiff's weight gain. According to the lawsuit, resulting in the plaintiff feeling pressure to, quote unquote, explain her weight gain and disclose intimate personal details about her life in order to keep her job. Wow, y'all. Other claims are made throughout the complaint that alleged people employed by Lizzo subjected the plaintiff to racially and religious discrimination, including allegation that the accountant from her company, primarily white management team, discriminated against Black dancers by scolding them for allegedly, quote unquote, unacceptable and disrespectful behavior while on tour. The suit alleges that this comment from the accountant was, quote unquote, charged with racial and fatphobic idioms. Lizzo is known for her uplifting messages and advocacy for body positivity as an integral part of her work. CNN has reached out, or many media have reached out to her representatives and the company seeking comment on the complaint. And of course, they have heard nothing as of yet. I mean, it don't really mean nothing just because somebody brands themselves a certain way. It doesn't mean anything. But I do partially look at this like, this is why when people start to get, higher up on the totem pole, you start to push people further away, and they put like these layers between them where they're like, no, you don't come to me directly for this, and I don't hang out with my team and all of that. It's stuff like this that makes people do that. So, but that's not it. So now people are starting to come out the woodworks So they're saying this was, I forgot where I got this from. Might have been Rolling Stone, I think, something like that. But one person says that Lizzo is arrogant, self-centered, and unkind. This filmmaker alleges the experience that they had with Lizzo in 2019. Lady by the name of Sophia Allison is a filmmaker who said she worked with Lizzo several years ago. She was quoted as saying, treated with such disrespect by the pop star who she left the job after only about 2 weeks. So she couldn't even take it. Now, I've been in those kind of situations too. It's like, I'm not going to put up with this ish. I'm gone. Allison shared her claims on social media on Tuesday night, August the 1st, stating not long after the news broke that 3 of Lizzo's former dancers had sued the singer over harassment and created a hostile work environment. The claims in the lawsuit stem from the incident that allegedly took place between 2021 and 2023, while Allison said she worked with Lizzo in 2019. So this was even before that. In her post, Allison said she spent some time traveling with Lizzo, and she was quoted as saying, to be the director of her documentary. She said she left after about 2 weeks, citing the musician's alleged disrespectful behavior. I witnessed how arrogant, self-centered, and unkind she is, Allison wrote. She was also quoted as saying, I was not protected and was thrown into a itty situation with an S. Wow. With little support. My spirit said to run as far as you effing can. And I'm so grateful I trusted my gut. Some of us have been in that position. Allison went on to say, she was quoted as, I felt gaslit and deeply hurt by the experience, though she said she healed over the years. Reading the claims brought by Lizzo's dancers, however, made Allison realize how dangerous of a situation it was. This kind of abuse of power happens far too often. That is true. That is very true. We watch it over there in Crookland all the time. Says a rep for Lizzo did not immediately return. This was from Rolling Stones. According to Allison, claims some have suggested that Beyonce's activity snubbed. Oh, yeah. So Beyonce also, let me see. It's going into it. I told y'all I'm reading as I go. I wasn't able to organize this. Wait, where am I? Oh, I lost my place. Hold on. Bear with me. Here we go. Along with Allison's claim, some have suggested that Beyonce actively snubbed Lizzo during her concert in Foxborough, Massachusetts on Tuesday night, so last night. Lizzo is one of several prominent Black female musicians Beyonce shouts out in the Break My Soul Queens remix. But video of last night's rendition seemed to show Beyonce skipping Lizzo's name and repeating Erykah Badu's several times instead. Lizzo's name did, however, still appear on the screen behind Bey. A rep for Beyonce did not immediately return the request for comment. It is also noteworthy that during the performance of the same song at the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey over the weekend before the allegations dropped, Beyonce omitted Lizzo's name when she happened to take a quick breather at a point in roll call. So maybe she had already got word what was coming down the pike. And she like, let me step away. Beyonce is quick to drop somebody. She don't even hesitate. She like, oh, controversy up. I'm done with you. Get that cleared up. And I'm still going to be done with you. Get it cleared up. Lizzo has yet to respond to the allegations brought up against her yesterday, with her rep similarly not responding, blah, 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 blah. The other thing, and I don't know if I'm misunderstanding what's happening. Let me see if I could pull it in. But it looks like Erykah Badu is trolling Beyonce. And let me know in the chat if I'm there. You go. So Courtney J is saying that Erykah got beef with Beyonce. Again, I just didn't have time to dig, but I'm like, I did. I screenshot it, I think. Let me look. Yeah, I did still pull it because I'm like, okay, I need to. Yep, here it is. Look at God. Why don't you do it? It's gonna block my face because I didn't have time to make it as an overlay. But Erykah Badu. Oh, this computer's taking forever. Why does image taking so long? Erykah Badu has been. I want to say I saw it the first time a few days ago or one day last week, where Erykah Badu was doing like this comparison picture of something she wore and something that Beyonce had worn. And it seems like it wasn't the same thing I just recently seen. I don't know why this thing is, it doesn't take this long to pull images in. It's giving me a problem. Let me try it again. But then I saw it again. Well, now I guess the blogs are picking it up. I don't know. What the heck is going on with this thing? Good Lord. Oh, here it is finally. So she's showing Beyonce at her concert with the large, silver rimmed hat and, this outfit. And she's saying, that it says, I guess I'm everybody's stylist. I don't know why our legends, and I do consider, well, I don't want to keep my face blocked, but I'm hitting everything but what I need to hit. Gave the whole show away. I do consider our legends, I do consider Erykah Badu like a legend. She is a legend of our era. I ain't comparing her to Patty and all that. Don't do that to me because I know how some of y'all get. But I feel like when people have come up behind you, like a Beyonce, know your level. She can't take you off your pedestal. So let it be. Of course she was inspired by you. Do you need to point it out? I know the youngins, they don't know. And so you want to remind them. But the truth is, that's not what's going to happen. They're not going to really be like, oh my God, I can't believe Bae stole that from Erykah. They're going to be like, you're a hater. You're old. You're played. You just want some attention. That's the energy you're going to get. You're not going to get the, oh my God, we didn't know. She took that from you. You're the originator. Let me learn more about you and start buying your music. That's not how it's going to work. So let it go. Let it be. Let us do that. Let those of us who are from your generation go beefing. And I ain't finna do it for you. But it's people who are from my generation who would. Let us do that. Let your supporters and your fans and your take care of that for you. Don't you do it because it looks sloppy. Like I said, when I've gone to the Patti LaBelle concert, and I had people trying to drag me for even mentioning it, but I've been to 3 of her concerts, and every time, and then there's one of the last ones, more so than I think the other ones even, she was like, and here's another song. I was the first to do it, and these young ones, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Patty, you 70-some years old, and you are up here looking amazing. You putting on a beautiful show, entertaining, not a dull moment. You still got it. You don't need to remind us that you were the first to do it. It starts to not look good because it's not necessary. It's like you're stepping down off your pedestal to say, hey, y'all, I'm up here, and then walking back up your pedestal. That's not how it works. Just stay up there. We know you up there. What we got? Paradox True is saying, so people can't wear similar or same things. They make more than one for a reason. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you with that paradox. I'm definitely. I hear her. She's saying I inspired this, or you're copying off of me. But again, can no one else ever wear that because you did it back in the 90s? And the truth be told, if we want to really be honest, Erykah, you were inspired by someone too. Nothing on this earth is original at this point. Maybe technology a little bit, but it's stealing from other pieces of technology to make this technology. So nothing's really new. Nothing's really fully new. Or was somebody's brainchild way before. So it's that part of it. And I love Erykah, like nothing against her. I skipped your concert. What was it? At the beginning of January here, not January, July. I just wasn't feeling it. I'm glad I didn't go because when my friends told me about it, they were texting about it. They couldn't even stomach it because of the contact high they were getting from everybody smoking the weed all around him. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, I would have been suffering. I don't like the smell, like especially consuming me and all that. As I'm getting older, like cigarette smoke for sure. Weed smoke, if it's in the distance, I can kind of deal with it. But I hate, went to the comedy show. Whose comedy show was that? It was some more and a bunch of the old legends, Lavelle Crawford and Bruce and whoever else I ain't thinking about, Arnez J and some other people. Went to that concert. Why the hell y'all cousins smoking in the damn theater? I don't want to smell that in the indoors. I'm like, who starts? Where they start doing this at? Foolishness. Went to the Tank concert. Tank, and it was Dave Hollister and was it Genuine there? I can't remember if that was one Genuine was at. But a bunch of great artists from the 90s. You smell the faint smell of weed. It was in multiple places. It was one behind us doing it, and it was one way in the front doing it. So I'm like, what the hell? I can't even enjoy the show. Like, why you gotta smoke here? You that addicted? Some of y'all, you that addicted? That's so inconsiderate. I hope my people ain't out there being that inconsiderate. I hope y'all not. Anyway, let's get to this. Just no home training. Anyway, Precious G says they were fired, so I'm just saying, would we hear about this if they still had a job? I mean, I'm reserving, but yes, consideration to think of. However, it's something to consider and think of, but just because someone was fired doesn't mean that they weren't mistreated as well. So, there's that. Like they said, they were afraid of retaliation with being forced to, what they're saying, being forced to touch a dancer in a strip club or whatever. Maybe they stayed because they needed the money and it's an opportunity and and they were just dealing with it, and the firing was just like, the icing on the cake. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what their full claims are. Once it comes down, because that's gonna be all over. I guess I'll keep following this one. The poll I'm closing out says, have you heard that Lizzo is being sued by her 3 former dancers? 73% of you said yes. 26% said no. Yeah, this was, like I said, it was going viral quickly. Chocolate is saying, I'm having a hard time believing she's talking about someone's weight. Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised, though. Darius Crooks does it. I got you there, don't I? I got you there. I ain't got no images in here close about to click on. Darius Crooks does it all the time. Goes for people's looks and goes for their weight. He has neither going for himself. And he uses it to tear people down. So let's imagine, because some people look at Darius Crooks like he has a clean image like what Lizzo appears to have to us. But behind the scenes, or those who know the truth, know that he's a horrible human being. There may be a chance that Lizzo is a Darius Crooks. We just now getting exposed to it. I don't know. I'm not saying that to be true. I'm just saying these are things that I consider while the jury is out. So I'm hesitant to say, no, Lizzo's perfect. I, adore Lizzo and I like her, blah, 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 which I do. But I'm now also wise enough to say Lizzo could be something totally different than what the persona that we've been given. And it may or may not fully come out. And people are going to believe and not believe, because it's the same with Darius Crooks, no matter what comes out. I was going to say, too, I have liked Lizzo. I like her music. I wasn't like a huge follower of hers, but I've liked the song here or there with her. But she was on the Howard Stern show a while back, and I watched the interview. He does interviews with celebrities, and they'll be video recorded as well on the Sirius XM app. And so I ended up watching her interview with him, and it was really good. And just hearing that she had been homeless and like her struggle, the fact that she even went from being homeless and all this other things to becoming an independent artist and being a millionaire before she even got her first record deal. Like, she was good. She was settled. She was set. This took her to the next level. But had she not even did this, she actually was very successful for her craft. All of that was admirable. And just hearing her struggles, all the stuff. And it made me actually like her more, like actually be like, wow, Lizzo, okay, I'm feeling her. And now this, within a month or two later, and I'm like, I'm still open to say all that I got from that might be true, but this might also be a part of her. Like she might have that inspirational story and all of that, but she might be also a horrible human being. She has been traumatized and teased and damaged growing up and all of those things. And sometimes people's way of dealing with that or healing from that is to put that same energy out on other people versus really internally really dealing with it and healing from it. They then give that same hurt people. I'm not saying this is her situation, but I'm open to the possibility that it could be. So I'm leaving, for me, the jury's out until this, plays itself out. Could it be these people totally made it up because they get on a money grab because they got fired? Absolutely. That's possible too. Could they be overreaching, exaggerating these stories? Absolutely. But could it be totally true and they have not said a line, mumbling word? Absolutely. We don't know yet. We can assume, but we don't know. A of 520 says, I refuse to believe my queen would do that. I wasn't even paying attention to that's the thing too. Comments will be on the screen and I can tell in the chat sometimes that even my moderators think that I'm going to see it. If I'm ranting, I'm not noticing. I know it's there, but I'm not reading. I'm not doing anything with it. I literally just tapped into what's here. But you're saying, I refuse to believe my queen would do this. My heat couldn't take it. So maybe your queen did, maybe she did. We don't know yet. I'm like you at Precious G. I need receipts. And yes, I'm with you too. We need receipts. That's what they have filed a lawsuit. So I'm sure they think they have them. We will see whether they get confirmed or not. Margin or because people do this as well. They could be filing a suit to get her to pay them off to shut up. Because sometimes, celebrities will do that just not to be going through the rigmarole, because if this does go to trial, guess what? It's just going to draw it out. It's just going to get more attention. People are going to be following it. Bloggers are going to be sitting here talking about it. The people are going to be wanting bloggers to talk about it, all that. Sometimes it's just cheaper to pay them. Easier, less pain to just pay them and get it over with when you got it like that. Margin USA says, I like Lizzo and I hope that this is not true. Yeah, same here. I'm hoping it's not true too. I'm hoping it's, yeah, everybody's saying that. Let me see. I heard there was a banana involved. I saw something quickly. I don't know. I glanced at a few things to just pull things by. I wasn't able to dig deep, but I did notice something about banana too. And I didn't see it when I just read through that. Okay. Now, does this make a lot of sense? I wonder if that's who she was talking about on the song Rumors. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Don Smart, I hate to hear about celebrities who are unkind. That's not necessary. Kindness and humility will take you a long way. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Many people don't see it that way, but I agree. Paradox True, people will paint a picture of you just because they know other folk will believe anything negative about you. Yes, I've been a victim of that. It's happened to me, and I see it now. I see it in real time. Like, wow, they just created a whole narrative, and people are like, "That's right, that makes sense. He did do that. Oh my God, I hate Vail." And I'm like, okay, have at it. Go in, let have. Literally, the whole scenario has been created, just made up, and people going in, and they creating fake receipts, and I'm just like, have at it, have fun. Okay, yeah, I got through all those comments, so we're making really good time. Well, no, we're not as much. Part of me was like, "Ooh, we're gonna be out of here in an hour and 30 minutes." So we ain't gonna go through all these videos though. So this leads us to our next section. We're wrapping things up. We're getting into the shenanigans now. It's time to lighten the mood. We had these heavy stories, We had the heavy stories of all of what's happening. Florida, the fact that Florida is still existing. I'm just joking. But stories out of Florida, and then we rounded it off with hearing one of our faves may not be who we thought she was. Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully she is who we thought she is, or was, or is. But now we're gonna round this off with some laughter to lighten our mood. And I want to know, have you heard of this viral story that, let's see. The viral story of the Chinese zoo who is inundated with 20,000 plus visitors per day because of this alleged fake bear. And so they're saying that crowds are flocking to see Angela, the fake bear, in Chinese zoos. And they have been forced to deny that its sun bear is actually a human in a costume after the video of one standing on its hind legs raised online accusations of a furry imposter. A video clip of the bear rearing up and interacting with a group of people at the zoo in eastern Hangzhou city went viral on the Chinese media. Many users posted comments doubting that the bear was real, with some alleging that it's a bipedal posture and wrinkled skin suggests that it was actually a human in a costume. Where's my fake bear at? That's the picture. In a costume. But the zoo dismisses the rumor, saying that in a statement written from the bear's perspective on Sunday, written from the bear's perspective. I thought it ain't supposed to be human. It's a real bear, but he can actually write, dude. What? From the bear's perspective on Sunday, that the animal was real and its detractors, quote unquote, really don't understand me. The zoo director called me after work yesterday and asked if I'll be slacking off. Oh, this is supposedly a quote from the bear. The zoo director called me after work yesterday and asked if I'd be slacking off by finding a two-legged beast to replace me. The bear named Angela said in a statement, "Some people thought that the way I stand looks too human. So I will stress again, I'm a sun bear." So the native to the Southeast Asian sun bear are named for a patch of bright orange or cream color chest fur that stands out against the rest of the jet black coat. It is the smallest bear, about the size of a large dog, and it is listed as a vulnerable species due to deforestation and global wildlife trading. Other Chinese zoos have previously been accused of stocking their enclosures with animals that are not what they seem, including hairy dog passes off as an African lion. Jesus, y'all. Oh my God. And a pool filled with penguin-shaped balloons. A pool filled with penguin-shaped balloons. Here's the video for those of you who haven't seen it. I'm gonna mute that music. No need for the music. That is the bear standing up. 61% of you had not heard of this. I got a couple clips, so that's one of them. Give me a second. Y'all know I'm always multitasking. Give y'all that one. Then I got another clip. I'm not sure if this is the same zoo or not, but do these look like? Do these look human? Do these look like real bears? I ain't never seen no bears moving like that, but I also don't work in a zoo, so. And then this one.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is
And because animatronics are so good nowadays, I'm not sure with this last one how to feel about it. I don't know. It looks realistic from what I'm looking at, but I'm not examining. But those first two are very sus to me. This one's sus, and this one's sus. Especially, he is literally kind of like, "Hey, y'all, what's up, y'all? No, hey, what's up?" Let me remove this. So do you think that the bear is real? 28% of you say yes, you think it's real. Hey, have at it. Go in, let have. And 72% of you say, hell no, you know that. They'll quit playing our face. Then I just got a couple randoms. I was gonna do these on Foolishness Friday, but again, I was trying to lighten the mood. But let me read a couple of y'all. Let me see. Read a couple comments. Those bears are just as fake as number 45's hair, right? Nah, I ain't buying it. Paradox Blue. Let me see. This thing got me. I gotta click all over the place. Okay, so moving on to these viral videos. I'm gonna play. Oh, I gotta pull these in. I forgot about that. I ain't having no space to be able to have them out. Let's see which one I'm gonna pull for y'all first. Oops, let me get back to the right area. Where we at? Right here. Videos. Let's see. Whichever one is first. That's what I'm gonna play first. Oh, this one I like.
Here. You can say whatever you want to say. You at the wrong house. You better get your butt. You have to go. Don't you ever come up in my house no more. I have my own pets. We didn't ask for you. You better get off my porch. Listen, you have, girl, boy, whatever you are, you got to go. Okay, off my porch. You got to go. Seriously. Honey, the blood of Jesus against you. You better get off my porch. Coming up in my house. Take them germs and go on somewhere. Snickers. Look. Oh, no, nothing. That's right. Oh, no. Bye. You better go on somewhere with your crazy.
No. I swear these cats be talking sometimes. I swear they be talking sometimes. Okay, let me pull the next one in and then I'm gonna read y'all poll. Let's see what we got next. Oh, this one's crazy. And these I've had for like some of them a couple months. Just saving them for y'all. So I'm gonna do this poll, close this out before I play this next one. So we got 81% of you had not seen the cat video. Okay, so we're gonna play this one.
My God! Deer crashed through my window. What the hell? No, not in the pool! It just jumped in the pool! What the hell? Oh my God!
So the deer, and this is, I actually got another video. I thought this was that other one. There's one where this guy was sitting in his living room and a deer crashed through his living room window, similar to this, and just, and I think got trapped. It was Christmas time, got wrapped up in the Christmas lights and the tree, and was just like all over the place, destroying the whole house. Yeah, it's crazy. Y'all building these houses in these subdivisions out in they land. That's where they supposed to be at. They like, yeah, them plot this house. This used to be wild, where I slept. Right, deer gone wild. Okay, I got another one for y'all. Let's see. We did that one. Let's see. Oh, this one I loved. I've been holding this one for a while too. This is funny. This is actually, I'm forgetting her name. Some of y'all might know. Do I have it muted? Oh, the sound might not play. Jesus, come on now. Some of these videos, the sound won't play in here, even though there's sound on it. I'm going to do this another way so it'll play. It worked last night, so we're going to try it again. Give me a second. So the video I'm about to play is social media influencer. Well, she's like a comedian and does some other stuff too. But she did a funeral for her hair, and it is hilarious. Okay, so now I got it open over here, and I'm going to try to screen share it and see if that'll work. Do a screen share instead. Do the window. Hopefully that'll work. And then I'm going to play it. Hopefully y'all can hear that. If you can't hear, say you can't hear.
Thank you for coming. Whoever did the body did a good job. It sure do look like she's sleeping down here. I'm about to go pick up the chicken. Yeah, I'll see you at the repairs. She's conscious. Age too soon. Just seen her yesterday. Lord, wow.
She could be.
Her life was too short.
Man, she died. Ain't nobody told me nothing. And now we shall close the casket.
Though I'm missing you.
Y'all know I can't play the music. I hate this music at the end. Anyway, that's that video. Had I been thinking, I would have muted the music out in the edit. And then I think let me see, how many more did I have? I ain't got it. It's not a ton of them. Let me see what else we got. Oh, this one definitely. I want y'all to see this one. So this is a family who's having
And we had a Michael Jackson
a themed party, and I'm just playing it muted. They're having a Michael Jackson themed party, and I thought it was so cute. For one, just the idea is kind of cool, but also it just started making me reminisce in like how I used to, you know, my extended family and stuff. I used to see them a lot, and it got me to wondering how many of you had situations like this, and does your family still get together the way they used to when you were younger? Because this is just kind of put me into reminiscing mindset. Let me see. I'm gonna unmute a little bit, but they of course they playing Michael Jackson, and they doing like all eras of him. I love it. And when you really think about Michael Jackson and the fact that through his career there was so many evolutions of Michael Jackson, like that's part of the longevity of him. But the same Madonna copied that model of reinventing herself, even to this day, because she's still on social media. She's there's the I don't know if any of y'all watch Terry Joe. Let me see if y'all watch that. Wow, it's 78% of y'all are in the same. It's a sign of the times or something. Is it technology? What has caused that? 76. Well, it's going lower now, but like 70% of us no longer have that hanging out with the family like we used to. I got relatives I just don't even know. People didn't have kids. I'm like, I don't know one of their kids. I don't know their name. I don't even know what they look like. And it's like Facebook is the only way you kind of know, but I don't be on Facebook I don't be on my personal Facebook like that. I be on my business side handling business to do this, but I don't go on my personal side often at all. So I'm just totally out of the loop. Oh, have you heard? Have you heard of Terry Joe from TikTok? Have you heard of the character or the person who does Terry Joe on TikTok? So Terry Joe is like a trending troll. It's a guy who plays a character named Terry Joe, and he gets on live for hours, usually in the middle of the night, and he dials up random people on TikTok. People just talk to strangers on TikTok, like FaceTiming almost. And he trolls them basically for the most part, and does jokes and all this other stuff. And so even Madonna, and so a lot of celebrities have gotten hip to him. Madonna is now interacting with, or has interacted with, Terry Joe as well. And I'm like, this is her way of staying relevant, because Terry Joe has a younger audience. And although he's trolling her, she's like anything to stay relevant, basically. So she's reinventing herself as well. So 24% of you actually have heard of Terry Joe. I love Terry Joe. Like, you know, you had those guilty pleasures in life. And I told you I love a good read. Like, as much as I don't enjoy drama, I don't like tearing people down, except for people who deserve it, like Darius Crooks. I guess that's why I get it out. Like, when it's stored up, I get it out on him. Yeah, Keelan Campbell. But yeah, those are the moments where I can. But generally, even if somebody does me wrong, or a clerk at a store, or a person I knew, friend, associate, something like that, family member, I don't just go snapping off on people and letting Velnito loose. But situations like a Darius Crooks, I do. But I enjoy watching people do it, as long as they ain't hurting people. And so Terry Joe is my guilty pleasure, because they cut and read on there and drag and all of that, and it's entertaining. So that's my guilty pleasure, to watch Terry Joe in the wee hours of the morning most times. But yeah, that's oh, who's asking me that question? Let me see. Let me go to the live chat. Oh, I did have two saved. Oh, but that's the bear. We talked about the bear. I'm trying to find your comment. Who was that? Here we go. There it is. That's the exact comment I was looking for. Vale, where are you getting all this information from? I am on the internet all day. Even when y'all don't see me, generally, for the most part, I'm kind of browsing. Even there are times I'm like, I force myself to get off completely. But yeah, I be on the different social media platforms. This stuff pops up. Be on YouTube, see stuff. People send me stuff too. Oh my God. So many of y'all been sending me stuff. I think with me going live every day now, Monday through Friday at least, that people are like, oh, and cover this and cover this and cover this. And I got a list, I got a calendar and all that, and I'm gonna take in as much as I can and do what I can. There is no promises that I will get to. I can't get to everything. It's impossible. So I appreciate the suggestions. I do reply when I get to the messages. And I haven't, today I saw, like, in our text group, the VIP text community. I gotta get better with putting this. Scrolling across the screen, the 312-847-2346. You can text me there. Just say, hi, Vale. Make sure you're part of the VIP text community. You can literally just text back and forth with me. But you can text any time of day or night, because I don't get notifications. I only see it when I go to that app to look, and then we can text back and forth. So I did see, I got a bunch of messages, and I could tell some were links and Vale, did you see kind of thing. And I appreciate those, but just know that there's about, probably just since yesterday, 30 of y'all doing that. And so it takes time to get through it. And if you just saying, did you see, and it requires me to research and dig into something I've never heard of, chances are it's going to take a long time for me to be able to do that. But if you send a link or the information, it might happen a lot quicker. So just know that. And if it's trending, chances are I already seen it. If it's really, like, I'll have people like, Vale, did you see what happened with Lizzo? And I'm like, it's literally everywhere. So yes. So if it's trending like that, you probably don't need to bother. But I'll still respond. Either way, I'll let you know I saw it. But with that, that's it. I mean, we are under 2 hours. I can't believe it. It really would have been an hour and 30 something had I just got on that for once we were done. But I appreciate everyone for coming in. Please hit that like button if you have not. My screen is gone, so I don't know what I like. I ain't gonna worry about it. I don't know what I like to looking like because the screen minimized. But we won't be back this evening. Have plans, birthday plans with my friends. And but we will be back tomorrow evening. I'm not going during the day tomorrow because I just need to catch up with some stuff. And but with that, I thank all of you for viewing, and I will see you all tomorrow evening. I will send out the notifications, so make sure you are joining the text community or the Facebook VIP group. And it's also pinned in the top of the chat, and it will be, if you're watching the replay, pinned to the description area and the first pinned comment, where you can click on that link and it'll take you to all the places you can connect with me at. So enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, until next time, does it start tonight? Thank you for putting that up. Big Brother starts tonight. Wait a minute. I thought I had till August 20 something. How did I mess up? Oh my God, I messed up, and I got one more season left, and I could have been binge watching, and I kept delaying, like, oh, I still got a whole month. Jesus, I thought it was the 20 something. No, I'm not ready, Pamela. I won't be here. I'll be at dinner. I'll have to DVR it. Okay, but I still have to take care of that. Thank you so much for that, Pamela. So we'll be talking about that. It won't probably be tomorrow. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But yes, I am going to be watching this season in real time. Good Lord, I can't believe I messed this up. Now I need to watch Big Brother after this, because I think I got 3 episodes left of season 23. Season 24 is just, I got to try to watch it at the same time. It is what it is. All right. With that, y'all take care. I will talk to y'all later. There's no commercial to send y'all out with. All right. Y'all have a great day. Take care and be blessed. Peace.